Hello, our beloved viewers. It is teacher Eria, a teacher of economics and entrepreneurship from Muna Education Services. In today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you or discussing for you the preparation of a trading account as one of the financial statements. Now, I'm going to first discuss for you or show you the format of how to prepare a trading account. Now, before we prepare any financial statement, we always begin with the title. And the title is always written on 3 lines. We have the name of the business, the name of the account, and the year it is ending, like I've written one here. Now, remember that in a trading account, we are trying to find the gross profit or gross loss of the business. The main aim of preparing our account is to find the gross profit or gross loss. That is our main aim. Now, the first entry we always post in a trading account are the sales. So we write sales. We write sales here, and we post sales in the second column. I'm just showing you the format, and then I'll give you an example in the next episode. Then these are sales. Sales are the goods customers have bought from your business. Now we expect that entrepreneurs may sell goods to customers, and there is a possibility that they may be sold goods that are, let's say, outdated, expired, or out-fashioned. And then those customers always intend to bring back those goods back to your business. And those are called sales returns or returns inwards. If a customer returns goods to your business back, meaning those are called sales returns or returns inwards. So that's why we less sales from sales returns or returns inwards. So we less sales minus sales returns. When you less sales from sales returns, we get what we call net sales. And net sales are always posted in that last column. We have net sales after lessing the sales and the sales returns or the returns inwards. They are called net sales. That is, these are our net sales now. Now, after we get in the net sales, we go to the cost of sales. We less what we call cost of sales. Cost of sales. These are our sales, so we say less cost of sales. Now let me explain a little. The meaning of cost of sales in business. Cost of sales in business means those expenses a seller is going to incur in purchase of commodities. In business, in production, it is called costs of production. Cost of production. Like those expenses producers always incur in producing a commodity. Talk about labor, talk about the wages paid to labor, talk about the electricity and all of that. But in business, it's called cost of sales. Now, the first entry that is always posting the cost of sales is opening stock. We call it opening stock. It is opening stock. Now, opening stock means the stock at the beginning of the financial year. And you note this, that opening stock of a particular year is always the closing stock of the previous year. Let's an example here. This is 2025. The opening stock of 2025 was the closing stock of 2024. So those are the goods that are left unsold in a particular year. So we carry them in the next year and we call it opening stock. So we post opening stock here. We post opening stock here. Now, we all know that goods left at the end of the year are not always enough to satisfy all customers. So what producers always do or sellers do, they always go and purchase more commodities. So we say, because our opening stock is less, we add purchases. Sellers go and add purchases. So you say add purchases. Now, purchases are always posted in the first column because they have direct expenses on them. So we post purchases in the first column because they have direct expenses on them. Take an example. You own a hardware. and you're going to shop those heavy hardware materials, let's say cement and all that. Meaning, in your purchase, you're going to incur in more other purchases. Talk about the carriage inwards. Carriage inward means that transport costs a seller, a buyer, incurs in the transportation of goods from the premises where he has bought from and where he's going to sell from. That is the carriage inwards. So we add that expense. It is a direct expense on purchase. It is called carriage inwards. Those expenses you're going to, those transport expenses you're going to incur for those people who are going to carry for you the goods. Then we also have other direct expenses on purchases, like the wages. When you go shop heavier products, some people are not energetic. You need those people to offload and load for you those goods at the premises and where you bought them from. So we also add, they are called wages. Rewards to unskilled labor is called a wage. So that's why we add it here also. So we add all of this, and we get our total purchases. Now in business, we expect that some people always make orders, like in this digital world, people make orders and then they say it is online. You didn't see and just press the order and they delivered a good. There is a possibility that you may place an order and then they may deliver some goods that you didn't order for, because people make mistakes, we are human. So we expect that when they place a wrong order, you get those goods and return them back to the businesses or those people you bought from. And in end, we call it purchase returns. So these are total expenses, so total purchases. So we less purchase returns. Purchase returns. They are called purchase returns or returns outwards. So you less them from here. So when you less total purchases from total purchases minus purchase returns, we get what we call net. We all get what we call net purchases. Net purchases here. We call them net purchases. Now, when you compare these two items, we have opening stock and net purchases. When you compare these two, by adding them, we get what we call goods available for sale. The formula of getting goods available for sale is opening stock plus net purchases, and it is here. So we get goods available for sale. Goods available for sale. Goods available for sale. And it is always posted here. Remember that our aim is getting gross profit or gross loss, the gross loss of the business. That is the aim of the trading account. Now we have goods available for sale. Our aim is getting our gross profit, meaning we have to get the cost of sales for us to get the gross profit here. So goods available for sale, we shall say less closing stock. We shall say less closing stock. You shall say less closing stock. When you less goods available for sale from closing stock, from here, when you less it, you get what we call cost of sales. Cost of sales. And the cost of sales are always posted in the third column. Now, when you have net sales here and you have cost of sales here, you can compare these two. Compare the net sales and the cost of sales. If net sales is greater than the cost of sales, meaning it is a gross profit. But if cost of sales is greater than net sales, meaning it is a gross loss. Now in this one, let me assume that net sales are greater than the cost of sales, meaning we shall have gross profit as in here. If we have said, if net sales is greater than cost of sales, it becomes a gross profit. But if cost of sales is greater than net sales, it becomes a gross loss. Thank you. That is the format of preparing a trading account. I'll be sharing an example in our next lesson. Thank you.